Hey, what's up everybody? It's yours truly, Daniel Emmanuel. Welcome back to the Cadillac big block build. Finally, 2 weeks later, got our heads back from the machine shop, looking shiny and beautiful, and they're in this tote. So we can start putting this guy back together. Hopefully it'll go a little bit better than taking it apart. We ran into a lot of issues, and we're probably gonna run into a lot of issues again because that's what we do over here on the Torquecraft channel, but chaos has gotta start sometime, so let's get into it. All right, so first, instead of regular head bolts, we're going with studs this time because they're supposed to be better on some sort. So we've got that, and we've got some ARP fastener assembly lubricant. Lubricant. So we're just gonna put just a little bit of that on these, and then we're gonna get those guys threaded in. All right, so we're just gonna run our studs down there until they're nicely seated. And I also took a microfiber and wiped off any extra dust or stuff that's been collecting on the block side of our heads while our heads were at the machine shop. You can skip that step if your heads get ready faster, but you know, mine had a lot of issues, but they look way better now. And they're about to go right on in a minute, and then you'll get to see. Also, the gaskets didn't come with any instructions saying that I have to put any paste on them or anything like that. So I'm not going to. I hope I don't frick up by doing that, but only one way to find out. All right, party time. Best gasket. Says it on it, it must be true. A one gasket. Beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. And look at our beautiful shiny heads. Oh yeah, showroom floor now. If you watched the last one, you know how big of a difference that is and how crusty they were before. So let's put them on. Dude, you gotta be a certified strong man. These things are heavy. Look at that, gorgeous. Hello. There we go. Sheesh. Finally feels like we're getting somewhere. It's about dang time. All right, there's 2 head studs in here that are shorter than the rest, and I couldn't remember where they went, and now I can see. It's because there's one that's not in the valve cover area, so it's like it doesn't need to be as tall at all. Now that the heads are on, I can clearly see which one it is. We can put those in, and then we can start twerking stuff down to spec. All right, new day with it. We are going to, I got all these head bolts torqued down in a sequence. It says the final torque spec is 110 foot-pounds, do it in 3 equal parts. For the first part, I just torqued them down, you know, just snug with a ratchet, but I did it in the good sequence. And so we'll do 2 more parts up to 110 foot-pounds. Then these boys will be set up and good to go. I'm also gonna take this bad boy and do a little scrubbing around the rest of our block that hasn't gotten a clean or a paint. And then we're gonna do just a little black on there, you know, restoration. Just to make it match the rest of the engine, because putting all this new, clean, refurbished stuff on this stinky old brown, rusty stuff, it ain't justice, it ain't right. So we're gonna clean her up just a little bit, good enough style, and snug these heads down, and then we can finish the reassembly. There's not too much to it on this one, it's pretty simple. That's how we like them. All right, how about now, ladies and gentlemen? Look at this thing. Is it looking good or what? And as you may have noticed, I fabricated us a little stand for it to go on because I'm gonna try to crank this thing and I don't wanna have to try to put it in the car first. So I just fabricated us up a makeshift engine run stand, bolted it down right here on top where our crazy weird motor mounts are, and I've got a block in the back welded down for the transmission. That one's just kind of sitting there. I ain't got no thing to hold it down right there, but I bolted it down here. Hopefully it'll be good. If not, we'll make some adjustments. But boy, this thing is looking good. I'm really hoping I did everything right, because it'd be nice to try to crank this thing. So there's only a couple things left to do. We got to wire up a starter situation, an ignition situation, plug wires, and an oil change, because this filter is this crusty filter on this daggum engine now, and it is daggum, it's got a crack in it and it's like leaking, so it's literally not even usable. So I got some stuff. We're gonna do us an oil change, gonna do us a little oil changelation, and try to wire that stuff up real quick, and hopefully we'll be able to run her for a bit. We'll just run her for a little bit at a time so I don't have to worry about setting a coolant situation up, because that will add like literally a whole freaking day to the project. And I'm not trying to do that just for this temporary daggum situation. So, oh my gosh, would you look at that. The pan fits right under my stand. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Oh my gosh, but the actual pan hangs so freaking low. Bro, what's with this low off pan? I don't even think I'll be able to get the thing in there. I'm gonna have to jack it up on the back end. Always something, man, I'll tell you what. Why does literally the smallest thing ever have to be an entire operation? Like everything, it just always has to be the biggest deal. And I had to jack it daggum way up. It was barely off the ground before. I had to jack it up like several inches to get the stand under it, and that was hard. Will you get in there now? Yes. I'm so afraid this is gonna be like opening Pandora's box. Oh yeah, it's bad. With how nasty the daggum engine was, this oil, we can't run this oil through all our new stuff. Black as the night. All right, I got these daggum plug wires hookered up. This oil has had a really long time to drain because I had to go find the video that I took of where all the wires go. And the video was trash, so it was kind of hard to figure it out. Finishing touch. Ah, there we go. Yeah, look at it. Oh my freaking gosh. Oh shoot. No, bro, don't do that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You see this garbage it's doing, running down the side of the thing, and frack. Yeah, just go everywhere, it's fine. Just go everywhere, it's fine. That's what everything does. Whatever it wants. Gosh, dude. My motor mount support thing would get in the way, and it's just, and now it's going on the floor. I don't know how much you can see. Smashed in as frick. No wonder it was daggum leaking, but that was hiding on the backside, I couldn't see it. This looks a little bit smaller, bro. Why is the gasket all weird like that? Yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. Look at this gasket, dude. It's all weird and mangled. It also looks way smaller than the other one, but you know, maybe it fits. Does it fit on the threads? That's all we care about. I believe it does. Oh yeah, she'll be right. That'll be all right. I just got to get that seal not the way it is, because that's not gonna seal. All right, look at this, guys. For all you little goobers at home, right? Doing your oil change. Look at this. Hand tight. Snug as a bug, good to go. Hand tight. If you're putting a tool on there, you're doing it wrong. Don't do that. Brandon, get the kombucha over here. Y'all don't never know what it's gonna be with us. We got like a distilled water jug filled with coolant. Don't take the lid off.
Bro, what do you want?
I just show it.
Oh, you want me to show it?
Yeah. We got a distilled water jug filled with coolant and a coolant jug filled with gas. You better smell and taste stuff before you just trust some labels around here. It's pretty bad. Okay, so I figured out the hard way. I'm like, this is a quadrajet, that's a quadrajet. So we got the quadrajet off the other car, tried to put it on here. The throttle linkage wouldn't move. I was like, it doesn't fit. And then I go and try to make this one work, and it doesn't work because it's crusty and dusty as frick. And then I'm like, wait, and then I go to put it back on, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't work either. And then I realized that I had the intake manifold on backwards, and then I had the carburetor on backwards for the intake manifold. So everything was wrong. So no wonder we had clearance issues and everything else. So it's like the carburetor was facing the right direction, but it was on backwards from the intake manifold because the intake manifold was on backwards from the rest of it. I sound crazy. You see what I mean? Like I feel like a mad scientist. Okay, so now we're back with the quadrajet off of this car because this one actually works. Trying to get it hooked up. And then I wanted to hook it up to the fuel line, and then we could for real run it off of this jug of gas because we got a fuel pump. But I would have to flip the intake manifold. I might do that. I might flip the intake manifold back around. To flip the intake, and the intake weighs 10,000 pounds. That wouldn't be that hard though. Let's do that. We're gonna do that. And then we've maybe got our wiring done and figured out, and we might be ready to go. This is taking so much longer than I thought it would, but we're getting there. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we might have done it. Maybe. We've got a very rigged setup, and this is about to be our first attempt. We got gas can jug. Our carburetor is very broken. We had to use the broken one because the other one won't fit without a spacer, and I'm not going to get a spacer. So we're also running, it's not even open headers, it's just open, no headers. That's gonna be bad though, bro, because if I gotta stick my arm in here it's gonna roast me alive.
And there's our wiring right under it.
But they re-threaded a lot of my exhaust holes. So like I'm probably gonna have to find bolts for them. All right, let it go until it fires off, all right?
All right.
Hello? All right, kill it. Okay, our switch was on. Our All right, Brandon, just set those wires down for a second and hook up our battery cart. Are you scared?
Nah. Not much.
Nah, it's cool. Gosh, watch, it's gonna fire right up this time. Try not to get myself freaking fricked up. All right, kill it.
Your stand is quite moving.
Well, as long as it ain't turn over, then we're all right.
Well, I'm saying like these little bars, they're like.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Ain't broke yet. I'll be so sad, bro. It took so long to deck him get that under there. And plus it honestly looks pretty cool. It's not bad. And it's working pretty good. We're gonna test for spark. There's a little light right here, it'll flash orange.
Dan, didn't I see you grab another thing of like 2 wires and you had a button switch on it?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't you hook it up to that and we could start it with the button? You know, actuate the starter with a button?
Yes. Yes, we could.
Seems a lot easier than doing that.
Let's figure out if we got spark first. Yeah, it is easier and less scary. No? We don't have spark.
Huh.
Okay, ignition on. Beep boop, beep boop, 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 boop. Ignition check. Starter check. Maybe spark. Hopefully check. Kill it. You still have to kill it for some reason.
No, that's
I can start it, but you gotta kill it. No spark still. Let's see if number 1 plug wire's fricked up. That one's fricked up too.
nice.
Nice, these plug wires suck.
That's good.
And good. They're all bent back into the, I wonder if I did that on every single one. I hope not. I wonder if I'm like, yeah, it's in there, just push it on there. But I just smushed all of the metal things inside. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is about to be it. Okay, I'm serious. We got a new coil and a new set of spark plug wires, and I plugged these in, and these feel like, they just feel like electrical connection, okay? They actually pop into place instead of just being like, they're pushed on there. Like before, we just pushed them on there and they just didn't feel right. And I don't think they were right. I don't think they were the right wires, to be honest, because let me show you something. This is one of the old boots, and you see how it's like, it's super recessed in there. Like, yeah, I pushed it in there a little bit, like it's kind of bent, but it's like super far back in there, okay? Take a look at one of these. It sticks out of the thing, okay? And we put this on there, pop. It pops into place. So, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing actually wrong with our ignition coil, but I got a new one just to rule it out. So yeah, hopefully we'll be good to go. I have a good feeling now that we're gonna have a spark. Because we could not get those other ones to give us spark for anything yesterday. All right, you guys watching this, it's about to instantly work. I forgot one thing, as usual. Let's freaking go! Yes! Let's freaking go! Can you believe that junk? Bro, y'all don't actually know. I bet I cut so much of this out. I was messing with the ignition. Stop it. I could not get spark to save my life for so freaking long. I could not get spark. I bet I cut so much of this out of how long I've been doing this, but it's pretty bad. So yeah, I went and got new wires, which I'm pretty sure the actual problem, I believe, was that the switch I was using to try to turn my ignition on so I could just turn it on and off whenever I wanted. I had a switch for that. I had a switch for the starter, and I think my switch is messed up because I eventually sat there and held my plug wire, and when I would flip it on, nothing would happen, and when I would flip it back off, it would shock me. But it would only shock me once and then be done. So I don't know what's up with that it would just transfer power for a second and then stop. So that's what I ended up doing, was just taking that off the switch. Taking it off the switch and just putting 2 little connectors so I can just plug them in real quick right here and then hit these starter wires. And I have a switch for the starter wire too, but it's weird. We got like a sticky starter or something, because like if I have that switch in the off position, right, I hook these together and then I hit the switch, the starter will kick on. But then I flip the switch off and it usually does not cut off, and I have to disconnect these too. So I've just been leaving the switch in the on position and then hitting these. I don't really know what's up with that, because it does turn off sometimes. So I don't know if it's just, I don't know what the deal with that is. So it's like, it's just me now, and I'm having to do like all this touching wires and stuff with just 2 hands. So, but I'm glad we finally got that out of the way, and we know that it will run. And the carburetor on this thing is trashed, needs a rebuild, 100%. So I don't think we're gonna be able to get it to run well, but I might give it a few more shots. Woo-hoo-hoo! Ah! Be that way then. Yikes. What the frick? Why did that happen? It's pretty weird. Just like that. It's too easy. Boom! Just like that, just like that. It's too freaking easy. Did this thing really drain that whole bowl? I just filled the bowl up. Did it really? Is it that bad? Wow, they got any more? Oh. No, I think it's out of gas. Jeez. Oh, our timing's definitely off. If I throttle it and it dies, that timing's off. All right, one more. Dang, it's violent when it doesn't fire on all 8. Golly. All right, that's a success story. I'm calling that one a success. I'm moving on, because the plan is I'm gonna keep going off camera. I'm done for this video. I'm gonna keep going off camera because I wanna make sure this thing runs properly, because we're gonna end up selling this bad boy, because we're dealing with Firebirds, right? We got a 307 already in this car, all right? If you've been following along, time and chain's coming today because we freaking jumped time, because why wouldn't we? And so we're gonna work on that. And I know that's not a good horsepower engine, but it'll be something to play with, or we can get the car moving and have something to drive before we, and then we're gonna sell this bad boy, because all the Trans Ams, whatever, have the GM and Chevy small blocks. Any one of them will bolt right into here. So why would we try to shoehorn a Cadillac 500? It's just too big an engine. We're gonna have clearance, 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 clearance. We're gonna keep running into clearance over and over again. And it's just not really a fun game that I feel like playing. So that's the decision we've come to. As cool as this would be, to have this big giant monster engine in one of these things, it would be a torque monster, but I think we're gonna go a different route. So I'm gonna sell this. We're gonna get this other car back running, and then I'm gonna get this stuff for an engine swap, for a better engine, something that'll actually fit better. We'll get all that ready, and then we'll do that engine swap on the other car. This, if you're wondering about this, I don't know, this is on freaking pause for right now. So we'll do one thing at a time. We'll come back to that later. But I think that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep following along to see what we come up with, how this job goes that I'm about to do. Hopefully it's smooth and simple. They should be pretty smooth and simple on these things. But if you've been following along for very long, you know that I have a way of making things not smooth and simple that should be. So, but I'm glad we got this figured out. It was really like, it was just killing me to know what was going on at least and figure it out. So I had to at least do that, but now I'm gonna move on. I know it'll run, now that I know it's getting spark, but I'll keep working on that off camera. We're gonna move on to bigger and better things. So thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all have an amazing day, and we'll see y'all later.